do we stay with what's worked in the past and do we try to pay attention to the past wiring, or do we reinvent ourselves for the future? 7:50 a.m. on April 13th, 2019, and as I get up a little bit early, I was just laying in bed pondering how I am wondering right now if it is best for me to continue in the entrepreneur space, or if it's better for me to go back to what I know I am naturally good at, which is being a creative, and what creative could be things like coding, design, video editing, anything that's like creative in nature. I just find a way to be good at somehow. And I'm thinking about this because I just have such a resistance to working on sales and things inside Moxey Energetics. And it might be because I've placed it on a pedestal in my mind. It might be because there's so many different possible options. It could be a self-sabotage pattern. It could be I am just in the process of going through that period where you build a new skill and it's uncomfortable as fuck. But like, I don't have a desire to work on Moxey Energetics all day yet. I mean, here's the thing though. As I even say this though, I'm just remembering at one point I didn't want to code all day either. But at a certain point, you start to fall in love with it after you get over that. So like there's like a learning curve, if you will, but after you hit a certain level in the learning curve where you're not working so hard at it, you can just flow. That's where the magic happens. And it took me a certain amount of time with coding, and then it became this thing where I could just work on for as long as I felt. And I'm sure it was true with a lot of other things as well. And I might be trying to rationalize why I should do, or I should continue with this, but I feel like it's partially accurate as well. It's just tough because I want Moxey Energetics to succeed. I want to do a lot of big things with NIMSAM as well, and I feel like our energy work is definitely a massive part of whatever I choose to do in terms of, or not whatever I choose to do. I feel like in the skill aspect, I feel like energy work is massive. It's just like the sales aspect of things that is just so fucking annoying to me. I just don't feel like working on sales. I'd rather work on, like, it's just like an exhausting thing for me to be working on. I'd rather work on solving problems, creating new things. I mean, you could call sales a problem, and I might have to just start thinking of things in a more creative way, because when I think of things in a problem solving or a creative sense, that's when I get more excited about things. But when I think of the sales as just sales, I'm like, oh fuck, I just don't want to do it. So yeah, it's an interesting journey. It is very interesting. So it's like that question of, do we stay with what's worked in the past and do we try to pay attention to the past wiring, or do we reinvent ourselves for the future? Like, what's the fine balance there? And I'll probably just end up I'll end up framing it in a certain way where I can be creative and I can problem solve within things like sales, because it's so fucking important, and it might be a self-sabotage pattern that I am experiencing right now. And it could just be something to do with resistance to working on the most important task. It could be a resistance to getting results. There are so many possible situations here, but at the end of the day, I I just need to learn how to make sales and these types of things fun, because I've struggled with it historically, and I've always been super resistant to doing anything with sales. I don't know why. And again, I just listed a few reasons why it could be. I just don't know exactly why it is. But yeah, I'm also not going to sit here and try to judge myself, because that's not going to make things easier at all. But just trying to hold the awareness, and hopefully I gain a big insight from this, and maybe I'll follow this up with another episode or some more content after this if I come to more further conclusions. But thought this was interesting to place out throw out my confusion, if you will, on what exactly I should do right now. But and again, this all might just change if I start creating momentum and get XYZ results in Moxey Energetics. I might just create this habit of addiction to the feeling of winning, because that's also a big part of it. I love winning. I love creating something from nothing. I love improving something that's been created. I like making things pretty, / beautiful, whatever the fuck you want to call it, just like aesthetically pleasing, all these types of things. So it's just an ongoing journey of self-awareness, trial and error, playing to one's strengths, and also equally, I feel like it's important sometimes to reinvent oneself, and that's basically what I'm doing right now with Moxey Energetics. Anyways, hope this brought a little value. If you liked it enough, please share with a friend, and if you liked it enough as well, please engage with it, whether that's like a like or a comment or a follow or subscribe. Would love if you could follow along. Anyways, my name is Josh Moxey. I appreciate you watching and listening, and I will catch you later.